You don't think that I'm bad. I expect you to make you mad. You don't think that I'm bad. I expect you to make you mad. You don't think that I'm bad, but I'm the best you ever had. You didn't make any grace, though. You didn't make any grace. You didn't make any grace, any grace, any grace, any grace. You didn't make any grace. M da 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 Gmo Black Way. Yeah, Mr.
Know they pay the piper, but you wanna choose the tune. What's up with these vipers? They're crazy, I assume. My career went from cold nights to a hot noon. Without rumor, so a sex tape and never had to coon.
Yeah, it was not for it will be acid. Just hang tight a little bit. That's it. My makeshift studio. Changes from an office in the day to a studio in the evening. I said, "Mama, time kakana meeting CC hakaka." Me camera stands grab you. Who baby? Me small boy no. The alpha. First of all, if you can, mutim can yeah, just give me a thumbs up now. Mommy, I wear some mutim and I'm hoping to another Thursday because yeah, I'm not even coming or something. And then you have a discuss it, Green Ghana. I think this is a very, very big topic. Ah, it shouldn't be just a 1 day program. So now you basically can't bro so crazy. Now from next week you call, I'm hoping that even that time then we spend a lot more time on this topic because this is one of my favorite topics. That's it. So if this Green Ghana no, omutimi executing year pa I'm executing year pa I think that I will forgive them for a lot of stuff because this is one of the most important things ever. And to be fair, ever shall say no. Anybody who has got the chance or the opportunity to be watching right now, just go to your social media site. Say YouTube now, say if Facebook now, just go there and please share it, like it. And my boy, my friend saying, and my boy, I'm sorry, let me hide this please because I know boy, yeah, you broadcasting a quick shake a crap. To Mr. Whoever is watching, just like it. Me and if I 2 grand or more, so I just like it and share it to the rest of your friends so that we can break traffic to this now and after. Now and discuss it and more common and make a crap because I think that today's subject is one of the most important subjects. Me feel say so if we are able to execute that Green Ghana agenda, yeah, and I think a lot of Ghanaian leaders have tried to do this. Some of them with a lot of soul, some of them just for the name of just doing a project. Now, the vampire said this particular one is not going to be one of those. You know, maybe I mean, share na obi a ehu amanfo ntumi mmra na wɔn bɛhwɛ bi na those who wants to join the program can come and join the program and then we talk about it. I think this is a very, very important topic. I say the agro extremely, extremely, extremely important. If you want Baswa, please like it, share it. Now, share some we cry as yeah, me share a problem where 1 minute to find share. So before we go on, let me play this for you too. You know, kind of. I think I need a better video. I mean, I'll need a better video for that. Actually, part 6, so yeah, just share it and like it. It's very, very simple. Let's do it and let's move on. So, just share it quickly. Wow.
Then the number North municipality in the northern.
No, that's not what I want. I'll use this later, but for now, we have to talk about this topic. Yeah. Topic we are going to say a lot of politics, but we just need not to lose sight of the topic itself. Zingana no cry chasing. What does it mean? And why? Why would we spend a lot of money and time on a project? Say you do it. Why? In your na you do an crown, a home password. But one of the most important questions is why are we planting? What is the problem? The thing I feel says there's a need for us to plant trees. That's something that we have to talk about. Ghana spending by 12 million on just planting trees. Last year, trees we bring according to one of the brain, so about 85% of it survived. I think that was the video I was looking for. Now, when we discuss it, what that means. Now, so let me. Not much of me earphones is becoming a problem. Man, small one up, who will be off having earphones about let me see if I can use Bluetooth today. And yes, I let's start here. I cool on my mic and it's gonna disturb me. Ama, thank you for coming. As always. I can use my Bluetooth set. Charging problem here. I can connect it. Okay, Wi-Fi. And connect it to what? Okay, let's listen to this. Now, I'll just hope that I'm just hoping that Kwana Amanawa catcher man. Now I'll readjust my mic. Shaman, Charlie, you're welcome. You're welcome. Unlike Kimami White, we are six. All the six of you should just like it and say, hey, I am queen. Make camera and charging and edit. Maybe I'm a camera, you know, a park of Tolly. I'm in fun. Let me share now. If I start to say quad, just guys, just give me a heads up. Now, let me sort this thing out. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Anyone can make one of these videos in a.
That's not what I was trying to do. Okay, I think this one is nearby. I'm sure.
The second phase of the Green Ghana project will see the planting of some 20 million trees across the country. The project will be spearheaded by the Lands and Natural Resources Ministry. Last year, a total of 7 million trees were planted. Launching the 2022 edition of the project, President Akufo-Addo says 8 years to attain the goals set in the 2030 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Climate change continues to derail efforts by impacting the fundamentals required to achieve the goals. Nana Akufo-Addo says between 1990 and 2020, the world has lost some 178 million hectares of forest reserve through human activities. He therefore called on all Ghanaians to get involved in the tree planting exercise.
This year, we've raised our target, and we've committed to plant at least 20 million trees. This requires that we mobilize the entire population to ensure that each Ghanaian and each foreigner, that is every resident in Ghana, plants at least one tree. This year's theme, Mobilizing for a Greener Future, demands that we do all we can to guarantee the survival of our country and of our planet. We can only realize this if we mobilize our population and commit to the preservation of our ecosystems. It should be our collective responsibility to advance the success of this year's event.
Lands and Natural Resources Minister Samuel Abdullah Jinapor announced that the ministry has placed a ban on the felling and export of rose roots in Ghana.
It is for this reason that, on your instructions, we have placed an outright ban on the harvesting, salvaging, processing, auctioning, exporting, and importing of rosewood. We recognize that the cause of making Ghana green requires collective action and the participation of all and sundry. We do this for the survival of our planet, and this is the time to preserve our country for the future. Let us join hands to mobilize for a greener future.
Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Korte says some 3,000 youth have been employed to ensure that trees planted are protected.
Your Excellency, may I respectfully inform you that under your able leadership and administration, 3,500 young men and women have been carefully selected, gone through medical screening, And as we speak, 1,200 of them are at Bondaze undergoing a one-month military training. Your Excellency, hopefully by the end of June, July, all 3,500 of them.
Then in June, July. What's June, July? Anyway,
would have passed out successfully and deployed to the various assemblies.
All right, and I think that this is where I'm going to start this from about not being posty sakana. I asked him. Mana Jose. You send bro. Send your invite. You them come out will bear with me, right, me back. Pachobunya Mushama right now on Facebook. That has Facebook open for me.
On June 11th,
You can share another video whilst I work on this.
In 2021, Ghanaians from all walks of life went out in their numbers to plant trees across the country under the Green Ghana Initiative. The initiative was part of efforts to regreen Ghana and protect the country's forest reserves. The target was to plant 5 million trees. Organizations such as the Church of Pentecost, Apostolic Church of Ghana, and the Ghana Journalists Association supported the cause by entreating their members to plant trees on the day. The Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abu-Jinapor, was applauded for his efforts in championing the cause. Speaking on the floor of Parliament on June 23, the minister said government's target for the planting of trees on the first ever Green Ghana Day was exceeded. According to him, this feat has been achieved due to the immense support Ghanaians gave to the initiative. This initiative, according to some climate experts, will help mitigate the dangers climate change poses to humanity and the environment in terms of rising temperature and rainfall. One of the major concerns most people had was how government and Ghanaians will nurture the trees planted. Some citizens I spoke to were doubtful that the government will put measures in place to maintain the trees.
They should have people like, it's like work. I feel like planting a tree, maintaining it is the problem. You can just plant as much as you want, but if you don't maintain it, it's not. And I feel like it's part of creating job. So if you can employ some people to be counting them and giving them water, I think it will be, I feel it's part of creating job.
We can progress. If we can progress, if we have to progress for taking a good care of it. If you don't take a good care of it, you cannot progress. Ghanaians, we are somehow difficult. But if we normally put our eye on the trees, we can take a good care of it.
What do you think is the role of the government in taking care of the trees?
We have to make sure we put some, a polytank along the road so that we can water it anytime we want, yes.
Even though some of the plants City News cited in Commander Edina Iguafo Ibrahim municipality in the central region did not look healthy, a number of them looked promising. The coordinating director for the Municipal Assembly, Emmanuel Kweku, tells City News that the plants are watered every morning.
We have taken it upon ourselves to be watering those trees every morning we come to the office, and we have been doing that. And we are so lucky that the rains have also started. So our trees we planted are doing very well, and all of them have survived. And then it is our commitment and pledge that we will ensure that those trees grow to maturity so that we can also help in the supporting the Greening Ghana project. We have also encouraged the staff who have taken trees to also do the same and take pictures of their trees every week and post them on the platforms.
But the Forestry Commission says it is yet to begin a survival monitoring exercise for the trees that were planted as part of the Green Ghana initiative earlier this month. The head of Corporate Affairs and Media Relations at the Forestry Commission, Joyce Oforukwafo, says as part of monitoring, her outfit will educate the public on how to nurse and nurture the trees and ensure its progress after planting.
Okay.
I remember the first sale I got from some.
Okay. Pacho ultimi so camera na ke very me the Hansen. What show him born? So camera na ko. Anyway, let's yes sir. Now show your fresh face. Show your fresh face. You know.
Yeah, name.
Yes, sir. Whatever.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I understand. You may, Majo.
Major bro. I'm here some drink.
All right.
Okay. Yes, it's here for me now. Both one or radio dinner, one of our watch later. Maybe be a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. A watch program never later can I share now work with him. Work a be an answer. That's it.
Now,
Green Ghana, right?
Monologue kakana.
Okay.
Green,
Jamiada Roma, BB Avoko. Say, oh, is a young may BBC, the church out of one year a town for me brave. You share actually. In his say, you be in the Ghana idea and normal business.
It should be a bit share with your
Oh, who's a near to damn it.
Green Ghana, Babe, some short na Yashem Kumona. It's always a very, very good thing to say. Nipa will just make up the mind to say, opposite Udiania. And I think Ubi Obey Sanbiano, the he or she has a reason for doing that. It's a video now. I think our reason is because of the effect of climate change. That's a global warming, so global cooling, or whatever it is. We want to contribute towards our carbon. We want to just reduce our carbon footprint. One of the best ways to do that is to plant trees. It means cutting on the number of cars I import, the amount of oil I use, the amount of gas, natural gas I use in some. If we can cut on it, the best thing to do is to plant so many trees that it kind of balances out. And it makes a lot of wonderful sense. But, and yes, I can't see now, I mean, any tree is better than no tree. Oh, sorry, now, Udia Bofre, and I say flowers cry, Ufi, and I do have to do Ufi cry. It's a better practice to do tree when you are tree cry. But, I always have an issue when it comes to Ghana when we are taking on any project. There is planning. There's lack of planning. There's always planning because and you kind of say, and in the phone of you're also you probably bring a lot of people. They don't have to be formally educated. My mom Ghana and also there kunam many probably 2 or 3 in a whole bon just how can see how Ghanaians think. They are very deep thinkers, but anytime you be embark on a brilliant idea, I'm sure so we always have a good plan. But yes, by execute plan there's going to be a problem. Minister Yao in charge and say new idea and last year 85% of those who are survived without a proof, no kind of class. And I say actual document, I don't know, and let's say you are 85 survived here. There's no data. Now this year, so I think we are going to spend. Last time I had more to spend about 12 million Ghana cedis. I'm sure that by the time our project in the end, will be about 3 times over that. And especially with this government, they always come out, and not this government alone, all the governments, ever since I was old enough to be able to read and write and decipher things for myself, will come out with brilliant ideas. Brilliant. Ghanaians today ideas say about the Jesus. I saw who are Brutina will be among for Ghana from our business ideas. Always wonderful. But this kind of man also only execute here. I never excuses and that's how the whole country works. In your episode there, I mean, if you've watched this show for a little while, say when it comes to things that concern greenery, I'm a big fan and a huge fan of the fight against unemployment. But what type problem Ben by CBD? Are we trying to say a forest now? Yeah, there are a few timber merchants, more training in they are your monk or and I try to say replenish. And I say, this amount food need because videos are making say new kubea. Nay, sir, in your affinity, I think it will be they are horticulture kaka. In their Ghana, I think they planted along BAD or Hopper, they planted along roads to try and help with windbreaks. They serve as windbreaks. I am required to bend the cover by a what are the plans? In reality, you have to talk about from Cape 3 Points to Pagana because Ghana, your landscape is different. There is the Accra, the southern part, all the way. I drew by some part of Brungaha. A rainforest. And you a bit from some between Brungaha and a little part of northern regional. A mix somewhere in between the savannah and a rainforest and your savannah. the type of trees now in Ghana, are those trees indigenous to Ghana? You know, one of the most painful things past if you tsunami now Kotechimaya, Kwano Sunia Bibreo, but in United Teak. Teak is not indigenous to Ghana. They're imported, and the only reason I say it again, teak is one of the trees that I hate the most in my life. The only reason for teak is fusika. Say a benny na a harvesting. That's all. It doesn't do nyasa symbia tiki. It kills the biodiversity of that area. So upa asama making. If you cover there, you will take plantation there. The it's one of the worst trees ever. India foreign starters are planting teak for timber now. Or more as I can say omejai. Because or more higher scientific research and we say teak is the worst tree ever, especially if you are trying to fight against if you are trying to build a sustainable forest. To build to try and mimic building a forest, first of all, trees must be indigenous to the area. Now, trees say what new doom new way now, and what you come what than dano. So what the axima near people axim that dano. Say we are nebi in India. The Indiana to send a udia, a bunch of fun, I say, oh, yeah, a blue. Say a wawa, no would be our life and life, 400 acres. It's not going to create any. First of all, the biodiversity is still harder than the habitat is still harder than you are going to kill it. Ubedi cannot destroy it. And it's not going to create any forest, and one insect contribute to the forest, and I'm a forest channel. It is a tissue near thing, cantiani, Kusine forest, you're winning na, and then Agana would be a Rijatakra area. You're winning na, and then the forest is not going to survive. What is the plan? And I'm saying, anytime a Ghana, especially anytime a government be embarking on such as a dream beyond actually. What is the dream? And we have any bit man nurse. I just start planting all over the place. Mokaya, I think around the 2010 or was it 2000? No, past that. Maybe Mahama time. You could be a near be or no. I'm a nearly because first of all, we are planting the road to China. I guess one of these biggest mistakes. There was a desert in China. Chinese people, they planted almost 1 billion trees. More idea and say, they can turn the desert into a forest so that they can acquire more arable land that in future and brilliant idea. But in Mudiano, it even made the desert wet because a statistical the drought about neighboring towns are not moving to because Nuano was sucking all the water from the land. It doesn't even go into the and from now Mutimikra Apompe Abaso. So that's it. Achimota forest, there's nothing like a natural forest. Forest that any I didn't. You can't say we could track Achimota forest. Na makoto to Nyankati. Like would you share or movie videos in ya say Kubea. There some of these imported trees are yet you quick go for us buy. Na a go Nyansabian. Last week was the last, I think last 2 weeks, we were talking about parks. So if you want to plant ornamental trees, you could be in the I mean, you can go into farming. That's good. You can do parks. That's wonderful. You can plant your flowers and all these ornamental trees. But when we are trying to reclaim a forest, there are ways of doing it. Now, side teak. Any diabako say about what also doing some mahogany, you know, and diabe a million at one place without mixing it up. It's just a terrible way, and the forest is not going to survive. So, the forest should be able to sustain itself, and by doing that, some has all mixed type of trees, and trees are a Buama animals. So we can't kill all. Just say we're gonna So I think that's how we have to do. I think it's a good initiative. That one day I'll not kick anybody to start over the this will be in there. And then if the devil even start planting trees today, I'll be happy with it. But what is the plan? And we should think about that first. And see, with the manumbers as time goes on, I'll cheapen and cheaper. See, now my bigger for almost like a cat. Because yeah, you're in your phone for
Call me, pa.
In the other theater, I have to.
Chairman. I did that's how what can you know? I did back where Miss Mediveso no Medigana by Hoya because I did beer men fan say abrofo aye bibiano ya o photocopy wo Ghana by and yeah and back colored and back black and white so mo the typewriter na ye krana and by like you said ya who say kube mostly enka baby ensuo eno mudua kube se na ebe twa asase no ensuo no free asase no na obinya dry land ba yenhwe baby omudua duanua no montimi andua counters cry because counters cry ro ye kom ho no eyi branches bebre man you know crying ebam edua mudua yi eno anya duro eno kwa aponche kwa na nkunku a o nwe saa duawe.
Yeah.
What is the sense of
it's the most useless tree.
The problem I mean who are buying with who say yeah global warming or your number one no afro playing no drew not or championing those but at the end of the day who to krum one more to galamsey now I call international stage. Say yeah then boama ya to heat and I say an access and you protect the environment. But meanwhile no say there. So yeah BBC yeah start with the whole country. Or start a small portion. I think who progress near bano now all expand they call the other side of the country. Yeah, funny say, Oko Northern region, and I say, a hono desert or Kakratis, and now can say China for a year. Yeah, local trees no hono. So rosewood, and it's a no manner, yeah, sure, that side, At least you been your seedlings in the view. Near try. Obab no afwa, yeah, near or more, not what try or a ho. And some maybe all the foreign ones, and then they would be now they are frafra, and they would be on the roadside. Now, watch them says, said you will be obesi dying, and also obey ube two former aye project piano, as would be abako, and I'm esi dying. Sana by young kukrusika kakraka say, yen ya boom. Oye project we one top water tanker. Send over water all these trees is why you plan for that? And in this case, why ne be gugu so and then why blocks edgy in the home. Abra carpenter for bit me abo cage. And I say steam benders bit me I will the net at the ajo. Nti aboa bi Korea na why na aye. Mo ya de na me fa say instead say mo be plan say bi a welders any carpenters omo be nyina be chip in na omo de good ideas say okay eduana you say even krana foreign krana say ebo cage chicken wire net ibi e de fa ho bob wire na e de afa ho na at least eduana ye den anya na ho ansa na o de blocks miensa agi nua we ho a na o chena se mi si mi da na me kopja blog no free ho a eno no hwan na aye na aponchi bi ko wi sa eduana enti sometimes no omo ye this a year esen komo planning na omo bisa Ghana for yan kasa ya ideas because enye se chese ya to abama wa no ni nyansa asen ye nyina sikana bana ebia mube bisa kwan ya be fa so abeye no ye be chichiri kro na ba ho no me my idea no eno nko a minti obia ye mfa eno so nyere enchichire o mai enti kwame mistake no de ye dikanya ayawi yawi eniye because ambition is wrong and I say ye fini obi eye enti sisi ye hu se na nado edua no ye twa ye da to internet enti okọ global meeting na and na be the first year obeka say Ghana is championing a global year then fan say when the clear to girl am say I say assassin we no not we are cover so what I say na bro for na JP no more check for no baby sana me hu no because idea one planet one ye bibia oko Brazil sisi a omo de Amazon ejiska free World Bank any global union because omo nua no eboa environment no enti say yes yetimi take that initiative say okay Ghana and SARS equal or no yeah clear no clear intime find ye enti in this case no say be two form apple oil and it will be a electric enti are intima mo kutu oil bi and also be pay gold no yentwa some acres na yemfanye artificial forest and also kwano ebetimi ama ye sika more ebetimi asan ayren ama a tourist attraction me fan say some years enye energy for years
you do for the sake of I'm not a big fan of it.
Yes,
but our survival it depends on me
sir.
Say that the atmosphere, the kind of air you're home because Ghana no you ain't even control the amount of cars. Well,
na car go enye papa na ye dey call ho enti no
say ye cut it down gases so no it's very big. It's going to be very hard to monitor.
Yeah.
So the answer we have to win the race of planting more trees and having a lot of conservation.
Yeah.
It's your beauty start motor. You can be my warfare. So I say, we should have had more reserves.
Achimota de no edi entime yenya achimota on say nonsense and send by no omo kan say omo ye forest no edi fuel school no right and the main purpose no kana yenya that forest no was just for charcoal and firewood and then am yenya sa empokra na ye school no and say oh you planting for a year green ada na onye bibi to say achimota de no na unya say okay at least oba koforidia yinim say adiwe unique ye nyina ye hu say at least environment e wo koforidia perfect for that na ohwe bia northern region whether na ye too much there ye nya sad ni bi
your part of Ghana in here a grassland.
Sir.
Yankasa chinchina you could be in what grass and also produce oxygen to send in the iron. What we have to do is that we have to conserve grasslands, we are conserving more. We shouldn't just as to say corona organ to
concrete in Kwa, yet Nadine concrete in Kwa.
So, concrete everywhere. We call cities like some beautiful cities, Koforidian, Takra, Danish, Yanamua. They pride themselves of being a very good city. Okay, there are no like conservation within the city. The last time I catch your story, we say, in kind, me go here as I see now. Who's as new as I should go to New York, remember, you're the very open space. I also as just you know, say, you cry open space. So it's hard.
And I me who one mistake be. I say road no more, you know. Omoya say contract na because and yes, all the asphalt no good on na worry. Ni nyina ka ho bi. Enti ada na omoye road na omundua nnua no nyere enka ho tama omoye road no.
And no, I'm talking from my experience. Yeah, the contract company normally I had a car contract and was in grass to prevent erosion. You shouldn't win no more quite nothing. To grass.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the other side, normally I have trees in that contract. But I say, because it's not Rolling Stein. Omoya Pine, I think Rolling Stein say, I think Diabia now a year about 6 inches or more winter. So, because it's down Pine, the Biana and one.
Yeah.
Because they catch on some winter. Rollins has been the only one, leader of Ghana. I think he really understands. Now,
so Oyibo kakra wonu.
Yeah, he really understood conservation. And young Kufu almost far penna reserve. Yeah, cancel. So, I see the sea and you are Kumasi had a nice
garden city.
Almost are you on the as a water park over at the Rotary Park?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a nice place. But me personally, with my bias with trees and greens, I would have thought it could have been a wonderful park if they had planted ornamental trees instead. But then again, in crossing here with the media, we have to strike a balance. That one the chat. But in reality, the way I almost best spend this kind of the NIPA 100,000. No, Obio could do any. I didn't put that thing inside. So this is how I see it. For this to be sustainable, no, you don't make it special to a special group. You make it in such a way, a champion, operation feed yourself.
Yeah.
Or in such a way, everybody was doing it. So, it's Osha Yama, no man. What's a champion time and no more young adult.
Yes.
So look at your mom and Ubi audio program, you allow the program later. I show mommy or more than no papa. Or more chance can clear the most with your body.
If you any no mood, you're more
because they made it in such a way, say,
attractive.
It was everybody was doing it. So, book long things say you cover some 150 special students there. You know, ladies and gentlemen, they're having military training right now. You take it from the grassroots. You just get kids at primary school.
Yeah.
That 12 billion, spend it on making it popular. Spread it in the media. So,
I mean, paying for not to pictures, no more they are to social media. That's what it is.
12 million, we are sure say 1 million. If any will go. But say if you make it so popular, Obia or teach Uncle pay foreign trip, Uncle abroad or foreign trip in our baby. Sa aya offer account here wo kromo bebre no.
Yeah.
And I say akunima konko de.
Yeah, yeah.
And I say treat na where area no na. And where be no baby. And those trees ebeye yi they are more sustainable.
Ana Kwame, we no idea ba could be so samba me to say aban obey bibia. Okay. Young fan say what benya your kuma ya in say or more landscape no or more machine do ha it me to do an nyina. Okay. Obi a men fan say sabi why ready so about bisi dan I want dan na sase so bia. Edua bia wo so na e bia less than bia 2 or 4 inches krana ma omumetu yen tu duane nyina na omon fan hye pot bi ensi baabi. Right? Instead, they say the excavator, and some of one excavator, because he say, or move the cedar, and we are no move big good in a boo or you bet me the animal before. Instead, they say, you bet to us, saying, your machine or what, it me to the whole assassinating.
Come on, your moya say, yes, I will be her. Oma share who say udiano kwa baby enyi do stage bia no.
Yes.
We be 1 year at 6 months about say no. In Chinudiano they diana under conditioner obi hwe so a o maintain diano stand be pass time na e vulnerable no. And you Kroma Nia
yes.
Because I'm maintaining and now you come yes yeah. Because there's a science behind it. Say Biawi, that near you could be our northern region where it's 2013
Massa.
Send me along. Divisa no be bia. I'm a near the 1 year, 2 years. Almost to be what transplant here.
That's not dribble.
No, Marco, was on a dribble. No more could be. So, now, the architect minister is showing only for 200. The train was here.
Okay, picture.
No, what picture.
Mema 1 month. Mema 1 month. And we are not more doing in Mema 1 month. Yes, I'm Connie and Coffee Bedroom.
And I will say so, your friends, accountability. Almost in year last year, 85%. How do we know? How do we know? There's no website over me say Chroma, your website in special media you can go more camera every year, you can monitor the tree all the time. You do me a contract for tree counting.
Yeah.
For counting. Yeah. Without the other, I was not.
Yeah, I'm out your much trouble. Who call me spray home?
Tree counting on. My tip near GPS. Udruana or Markibiano. No pressing a map so. Dionisia. Now, one measure piano. It say
Yeah.
oak,
Natural.
no boy need oak, 14 inches. Now, what press was allocating piano now for you. Spray so.
Then you know more space on baby be careful.
Oh no, Muja. You can't really area.
Yeah.
So developer be a fast now. And that's a certain kind of motomano. Niano, a woman, you will nearly be a size into Ontimika.
Yeah.
Until I sort of have a development, then we have system after we can come client to plot to house. Ontimika. Anyway, near size is but come out, baby, I'm going no more
in come the big crowd, the jar to Macross and Ashino.
Exactly. It's we are not careful about it, but mistake. Chroma fire, me the Biamin per se, back in I think about 50 or 60 or 100 years ago. We decided we are some quite 7 years. We are about a pine.
Yes.
And no one because it was easier to plant in here.
So be pine and a cheap.
And I tie a green all year. And no all especially around California area. There be more fire because one type of tree and it was a morning. A deer the farms and grass land or area one deer kakran area but more forest the breed or her and buoni.
Na say pine the pine no crap pamomo.
Na pine no crap abuano ko bedru so no are. This be a giraffe. So one of their biggest mistakes they are trying in California say almost type trash and we are the good part person replanting because it was a big mistake. And we did the same in the 80s and 90s with teak. Teak is one of the most stupid one of the most stupid trees ever because
now as I ask you, teak is because the seedling no would be a pet we are born a pie now like a passer area now dear you know as I ask wouldn't mean to take him through as so that
yeah as I say and so and more would I have to see forest more near
Debbie.
And no any boat.
Now, and Jeffrey take the
battery.
Would you crash on a prayer and shit?
India foreigner like back in the day, most women there, like Ombidiano, Mechanom, the keeper. And I just used to it was a gun in India.
Super stars.
I can't do it. And then the man will go in the
Now, Kwame, make I say Brekum, na like I remember say assemblyman way a minute ago. Or started in Nuebisa, or started with Abrofon Katie. Call Holy Family Hospital Road now. Odia left and right. And a probia no every day bia na wa bokage amano because no ye more so me ho into bokage mano anopa odru ho na area mu o mo ngusu a ho mo mu fie ben ho no de mo ono no ya assemblyman keke o okay ye hu ni na o ye they say uko sa side ho na enua wo ho because but in the so any papa meaning say abrofon kate de and sheda nye ibia but okay a man you
Oh yeah, but I always say any tree is better than no tree. The buffer crowd will be a better things than the audience. But I think our approach in planting trees. Yeah, I see the trees in grassland
now Kwame na say grassland cry no yetimi dua sa enue grass ya de ma emoi right
no just keep grass now now reserving because your party please so
checking nature no
yeah on the ecosystem so I say Abrofona they almost say a lot of area of America had to say no more besin twema na ibia rabbit ana squirrel so pro and I say turkey omufunano a omusi o ibia da che rabbit na nti no magya o magu
any mproku
no magya o magu enti the natural and one and all harder than nature more balance. On say your web Ghana out Krasia and one check your movie.
Yes.
Say in flower
yes.
Now our one so more maybe our one so that
yes.
You know, they be almost check your number. If you put the Abuabia, only
foreign.
More foreign. Obia checking. It was the population never does not overcoming.
Yes.
Adriania, money begino. Adriania can put it in no, because Abuabia checking it, you know.
Let's say environment no cry.
Exactly, the number of campaign winning now. Reduce it's Suyan Guna half area, assuming all the elephants because excessive hunting. And there any plants that no deer.
Yes, no.
Yeah, training in area. That's one of the most idiotic things I ever got. Because we couldn't go later. I'm going to and area, because of yeah, you know. You say you are just as any video as there is so
yes.
It's a clear idea. Debbie, now that is in the now a procure no of Anthony, Simba, you can hear it too.
Hello, Oti. Oti, the man money do how.
So that has been our problem, and so the agreement for us to recover. And Western region was a very
Kwame.
painful.
We say, asema wo kan nyina problem no more Ghana no ho ade ba kwa e ho say instead of saying ka e be hihye mra na ye di kan aye den a preach say ade we na ye pese eye ye hu say wotwadua bia e say at least wodua dua be mienu ana miensa adru this size ansa na wotwa ba akwa to ho ya ye mra be 1 year ato ho enti ato nipa na adwen o start pe environment hona like neighborhood hona no obi abeden ebe sum aye ba ukotwa bo se wo di seska we eba be dua nnua technically no me say abane wo ska enti me mfa me ho njim because Ghana so ade ba kwa ewo ho no say ye ti sika bi na emu edu na ye say aban na eye dia ene me aban de kura kwa ene mi ndua o mi fie anim because aban be ye aban so sika no kwa no oye no kwa no endru me side but ebian ka mo my education bi a 1 year say mo nnu adua anasa mo nya yi a enka at least so o sha ase no kwa no mi medikan atoma adwen mu dada enti me kwa me de ahomeka ebe den ebedua bi medua na me neighbor kwa nya yi kwa metimi aye den edua de foforo metimi adua cashew metimi adua akube ewo me ho na balance bibia so what I say ba mo so de mo pese eye global na akoye say ambulance here by no ni nyina aboa no a na yetwa video say yes ya to 250
yeah I have I've been there and yes you do me no problem you pese you cut me you do
yes I feel so ye politics ye na 2022 you do ni no no
you try to motor be but see the Asama kind of was very profound, and I think I've been trying to say that maybe I'm not by sir, you have to make it a culture instead of say you trust you being a part of some special people where could train you on my bani among sky. Be out to from now they are scheduled training you don't need training to plant a tree or plant anything. Me, I've planted a lot of stuff without any training. But we have to make it a culture. So, social media, yeah, babe. You bet you cry because our bloggers, TikTokers,
Kwame, ye mo my or moto ye.
Instagram performance and crowd. Instagram, your dress.
It's like Quincy.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, let's push them into this. Not a phenomenon. Within a year or two, it becomes part of our culture. We'll be sorry, no fire. We are no trying to picture, no post to Instagram.
Yes.
And no will like. I feel that you don't need money to let them do it.
Debbie.
So I bet part of the culture say when we are when you be out there, you're not part of them. Oh, your cost and also winning your cost. You're not trending.
Like no, they are told to say, wow, who the say, "Kwan ultimate man award be."
Yeah, you know, and that's how you approach things like this. So, then,
I said, we are from now. Okay, first of all, Madasi, first of all, HOPPR, Green Ghana, or ye, but Kwame, no Kwanya, meaning Mohun Ghana paying fast, Sebio, one again, other border, do damada. Kwame, no Kwana Macachero, Mrs. Sebio, one again, the border, do Kwame, no Kwana Macachero, no Kwame here, a Wabucha Hadi, a drive all the way. And a quantifying finale was to deal with this weather. Abuchina ye wo, Kwame. I drive and there a quantifying fin was to deal with this weather.
Flowers no mudia.
A quantifying fin when dear flowers why in the glass or more kama. Kwame, all the ne could be a just a quantifying fin. Car off your alcoba. Nasa could be no need. That's an auto boy benitima. And not what a car accident in a cretina. Kwame, in opinion from Mrs. Sebio, one arguing the border door. Kwame, as a way, Nyansa Biala Yim. Kwame, Nyansa Wafan Nyansa. 10 of Nyansa and paying Dama in India would ye. No, I may show Debu Crum Fantaful. What do you know what a blog was I do? Abba Mbele Samayan. Upon Tibio or your stop one. Obe kick blog and out 20, Tema Fanson, Obe kick blog and out 20. Maka fancy Maka bluff account. Miss Obed, Obe kick blog not out 20. Now I call you dear. Kwame, as a way na or yes, Kedzin Kutin away. I'm an hour yet apart from you the last year, would you, dear Kwame? Yakadam asked me. Then you will doing na and Jakam will be doing one call. No one could view in China that I would be would dread war. It's a mancas way for nothing today. Nancy dread Yakama obey ye. Yan said Bialing damage in a ponytail. Damn your boy 34 years or say 32 years. Seconditious. Small boy, waffle I who there, if you will for waffle. Small boy, 30 minutes answer would tell them. 34 was a 32 years, minute answer would tell them. Kwame, yep, at an abrocha, Chim, you do a car claim with that. Chim could be a wasical claim wabrochade, and I did was a car claim wabrochada. Happen answer no. She baby or 1 year and Baba, or cannon stones. No, we get JC. Cap a crown, oh God. Kwame, or two for no dear no dear, or two for quicker man, said Dian Wayfield and Pa. Kwame, much of the says mobile there, the dear would dear no American basin. I'm a Dian Wayfield, and the dear would do 2 for the garden one. Me there was a product cases so crown way painting red gold green. One Abanyanson over. Abanyanson over there and a painted bean shop could be no cigar or see one. On Biffy White, something Kofu wake away Zana there or bear flowers issue. Finfino.
Carry you for better answer.
Kwame, Sebio, ye can Sebio bio there. Yen painful na Yansa Bian to them. Or you want for the American, Waba America, Wabachel, Ghana for ye bien dia, oh, they, such as Ogudo, my major than one walk up before Joy FM net. Now watching to said you will feed the one walk up for Papa once who quicker or to social media my coffee. One can't turn up a coffee as a way Yansa Bian. Kwame no kwanya menimi vi enzeme yi nyina bebi wo due edue bi a nyanse bi ayo emponche bori Kwame edue no America wo due dem eken edue na nkase we fudi dada we do stage bi wo ha eh ne hwonye yi no was machine with it to form was abeshe ho prakope until within some short time but na onye asase na agi na edue with grassroots kete insu otuto Ghana bebe hwankran bebe wodue ndue kwa na zimse simbude edue wodue last abazabazin insu na oto wankan insu na hatem due ni yaado kwa bejeza kwa fa video am na yebo bakaw sem bokman mo bakaw ebi wo Ghana on fa video nkoda insu na oto wankan on hata ndue wodue ni nyina ada what say
Ghana problems in the network. India and feel so fun because
Kwame, catch up, you deal with Abada. No, in short, actually 2 days. One can know he kept Ghana, the whole Ghana. In short, actually 2 days. Actually, you know, put a survivor. to survive because in Sabronodo. Now modern to the stay with someone in Saba how Mauntum on Philippi. Then say what Chima Brodemy. I can't was one year yo. I can't was respect. Respect no thing fan. Respect no thing. Woman ye came say it is dinner. It to me a cream and your wing na that will. That my member that I can accident be a during your winning. Adam and Suta in Jen with 2 minutes. Then to the Ghana, yes, young bunny. I am for now suffer doctors, teachers in painful, what no, why should Damazima Akodo? One of us so called school, walk it in Z, Wagana, why two Dama nonsense Akodo Wagana? Come in, we your coach could as by Abazi. School your crane, watch and there, young Fayadano, or Managana. And I've got no school one so watch out on the one fire one environment because young is a boom environment. Kwame young sunny ya two rogun, so to be a catcher and soon I bosom no or the rogun. One would be a guess what fair or dear wish you didn't say hatching in your foot zudo, oh no wako bompe was say kakaka we could be not watching. What if you do not see you couldn't finish on in shooter or to trimmer or one in soon or 1 year flood and all. Kwame, yenyi minyan sebia wa Ghana.
No, but you guys are new for cry.
Yenyi minyan sebia. Yes, I got to reef for bush or when I bush, reef for quaconum, a reef or in the intro in an or 1 year flat, nay, a phobia and castle. Mr. Bokroma had a JP Sawyer Meframa, never could have much for him. Every year, Bia was the sentiment there. Still more interested with Diano Abbas and Pure with Diano.
Now, I'm up for 2 quite called Northern Ghana because of baobab trees. Let's go there. No,
Kwame, I saw for Ghana, one made a JB or Ghana Bia a bosom.
Hey,
one made JB was Ghana Bia a bosom. I be food disaster. Man can send a jacket like a view. Oh, I be food disaster. A busy crabacas and Sanado. Oh, busy, oh, Bibi Basabi, and we could not watching. We are what's the India, why a galam say, what a say assassin was a Induru was a car assassin. Napachi a J. Jenna assassin of Senate, you do know Bishula. Assassin I said, maybe you do know Bishula. If you shame him, Nagama, Akofado said you all your Wagana. And she shame him all your Wagana.
Now, don't tell me the burn me. I am me a little biased.
Kwame me fan, Kwame a word I'm now in a Primbia. Now, worry or your foolishness, no why you're Ghana. Kwame, in the best way, more than what you're in there. Ebe Cape Costa, why you land the casino? No, I started there. Would you a fun warrior or Fanazi or why you harvest? Woho, and you don't know you now the baby. No way to. No, what I can be before.
Nursery, actually.
Nursery, oh, and see why the Obu Kumasa, why the baby, why nursery, oh, you don't know you now, baby. No one will dear knows a baby or 1 year come. Not your dinner within some while we can a Drian to Negu, why do assassin do? Into Sensu Tompa.
Bring it, Diana.
No, American, Sensu Tompa.
Me, I hunting, Siano, be a baby on the Gaba, forestry.
Yeah, forestry.
Yeah, natural. I know there be now me
Brother.
Say I don't know more. Me to me, and bad. It's not 100%. And bad. Now, yeah, it can be better, and that's what I'm saying right now.
I mean, as I'm trying to be Allah. Or say,
and I want it a bit. Maybe they understand. Dear, so But maybe the other say, it was said I've been probably attached. Say, okay, yeah, me, the president of Ghana, and I said the DC of this town. But sure will say, your forest, yeah. First of all, Grand South reserves now, to see any happen, as you are declassifying and your reserve, as you reserve beyond remaining a reserve. If anything, Krana, we should build more reserves.
And the Yama concessions in Kemunia.
Secondly, sir, Indiana will be a fee. You did the Indiana said a many handsome kind in the beginning. We should encourage that. And yes, special day, so 13th of June, Biano, Ghana 3 days. We don't need that. We should make it safe. As what our about Valentine Day in Kwana, that concept it doesn't gel well with me. And let's try and have a plan to imbibe this into our culture. The Biamaka Ghana we never heard that. It used to be there. And I'm making examples. Oma na a champion time. A champion in early times of Rollins. Na omoye adults na young adults no. What share who are baby ometina bi ade omudua board dey menkin and omudua bibi wo. It's become part of their lives. Maybe mama say, "Woman no quarter plot cry or the bayefu." You can give my mother a quarter plot in the middle of Manhattan. Over kono ayefu. And what share mama near papa no more at this time more between 60 to 70. That's how they behave. Because at their time it became the culture to have a backyard garden. Into that. Even a man no more.
I don't know often operation feed yourself.
Operation feed yourself in the copa Samson. And then after 83 come no. Almost I push the same agenda. It's what ya Obu or fool. Zuba ni fie no garden. Almost the boober class said, for an interest me nigga, and I'm kind of saying.
Oh, for a winning gardener now.
Side chick.
Side chick as on our canal.
Side chick bed or the garden name.
Also, we force our garden come.
Garden. So it is something that was part of them. It's and yeah, I feel like they will actually handsome. I say, when they are smart to fee, natural.
It's natural.
It's I think that we should approach that. Most money should be spent in trying to imbibe that into our culture by using already existing machinery or whatever that. Yeah, I feel I'm about to say operation GPS there no more discover Google. And I think that's what they're doing now. So at the what now, just use what the machinery is there already. Your friend is saying, Akoya Kwaje Patapa is your friend.
Zion.
Wakaji Patapani.
That's another story for another day. Zion or Hodada. Could you Sheldon or Ho? Maya or Ho? Margaret Hebb. Happy to. Before we bring almost social media.
I feel so as nigga crowd.
If you are nigga. Abraham Ben Moshe. Omodos. Use this. The machinery is there already. And most of them, they are very, very intelligent people. Just use them. You are, and you're saying, I'm saying, also, I'm saying, 300 people. You're more special team. Why are you spending all that money? I say,
and yet, plan though.
Yo, Google map order. I'll say my phone be Canary Deborah and GPS. So and that has always been our problem. The government has been so far away from the average Ghanaian. So,
Kwame, my Avram Pesca, the Avram, Ombo de Unfendi, Uncle the whole Ghana.
No, I don't want it. I don't want them to do like that.
If you would do this year,
I don't know. I think there's
you'll be ambassador, Debbie. I don't know. Debbie.
And what? Just make it. I say, one time in a Ghana fire do a man associate. Come on, Galam, still start saying to. So, before government can okay, me I'm a task force, and it's under mano. The Ghanaians themselves, as I say, who are not soon I read, no more monitor, no more. So, they were doing it by themselves, and they were spreading the news by themselves. It became part of the culture. That's how you make these things work and they stick. You make it a culture. You don't make it a special initiative.
Kwame.
Say Nipa 150, special 150, they are not going to I'm a walk of the Say Nipa no. Yes, I saw me as my 3 months, 4 months, they will just go somewhere.
Youth employment.
Until another idiot in quotation.
Very true.
Bebia would do politics ra na who better there.
Or
the Beura because and only Ghana initiative now here the meet.
Just a few minutes now after you introduce. Manasseh, good morning.
Good morning, Sammy.
Now, I want to say, what the video now send our minister no kind of Minia and Yabiano almost say in Yana supposed or alleged Elise for Nukudiano and Yabia Situana.
Sammy, as I mentioned, like I said, the social media platforms are good near Honorable Minister Edema Uti Mantini, Joshua Makubo, Edituga, and Nano 10th. Abraya Pakomaki, second edition of Green Ghana Day, no NIJ and Chahai. I said, like I said, and so no, Akaka Dice Kakra, interpretation, no Akaka Bio, Nanso, Jessica, Edin Kokonu, and no Anna. Videos, Ejaba Bantia, active for any African. Now, like say, the post to point now, report any information, yet me, I research HSA, say, in New close to 30 has been replaced a work and Quanta Community Day Senior High School. But then also, information I answer HSA, not instructions, not a course, and Sana. That story about Banting and the story about Banting and the rest of the trees. Yajai and to say, and when I can, but I can confirm, say, close to 30 trees there, it has been replaced. And we are not to take, and I answer they take at the shame. But Uti minister in the interviews are all yet, Uti Mantuma Hanu say. Radio stations are now the concept of honoring seminar work has been said not or being and thinking ability and they said they always be alpha June 4 for no any say piano not in say ye beard piano so a relative and as a relative be a June 4 people are watching and said and say, I said, the communicate, the official communication, the any minister, no, Nasway, and Mountain, as to say, the very practice statement, and I say, they are obey defending in any other way. Because the TV, you know, equanimity, not Minister HM said, if information in seminar work can echo into the masses, not said the okay, and woman put in the paper is ever ready to defend it. And of course, media houses, the Brina, or granted woman interview, it tells the seminar work was 60 years to be defended. But said there obviously I can have a sign ohwe comment every social media handles eba and I say obe depend on over social media and so dey and dem bring in but I can confirm to you say you can say Enuano best 30 has been replaced ever Panta community days in high school.
But Anibiano Enuana he and a legend is for no Edia.
I mean, for now, the mean to me and your figure no farmer.
Okay.
Enuano a dozen. As I say, one more code doing for no. One more might say, will be doing the campus no more. I do. Now, I dare also communicators no be a day to the HM say. And similar papa say community days in high school no pinda that don't remind me NCA. And the Osha can offer so proper program not community days in high school na it's ya emra. Nemo ni nan kan fa no minister no and tie ni interviews a oye mu na actually say onokra nsa ka na so information so wo mo papa ye sa program no June 4 community days in high school na option no because woman man as fan tintim but say oma order say woman nya no tebe fra papa say be training no English for na say into a police commander ebusa ni say security a wo be in charge and as wo be take over I say you for no be cause no okay Emma police corporal Emma no nya ntie say obia ambo regional police commander amanye enti na also to name and tentem na wo hwe MP security emfamo enti say ya dey subone say wo mpe say juma dey be cause community days in high school anka wanya ntie no wa ma order say wo mo emfampo but before wo mo sa instructions any go ahead say juma dey be cause community days in high school no na wa dey ka bo mo cause Enuya pa wo bibia ede akai dun for more mo bia bia until before the program the minister Joshua Makubo e catch wo say so me bia nua dia ene na akwanya ni wo say wo mo ebeye say di madin to community days in school na so me bia nua na so me bia no different location dia fine o me tima di madin na wi mama ko bia nua no now so ye nua no anase ni nua no NDC for ene June 4 organizers no amfa amra ene order na wo dia to pan I'm fandiso enti omu bia ye no eno so eka ho akwese ebia the orders na wa mo woman diso enti ena sanse wina body of so ya
Manasa medo asana pay say ofemi about Jimmy no eso ana pay
Google Fi, the phone plan by Google. Save
enti abusa for Matibi ose ni ara omudia no and the send me and say, how many community it's what to 2 million the June 4th year. The union now I could be pure not. I can't is June 4.
Serious.
I can't even say this with a face.
I bet call mo yaw. Yes. In kind do.
But so why nature who be out? But to the other, we
there we know June 4th no mudia yo.
That hypocrisy no. I asked that MP before no mudia is hypocrisy. The most bloodiest coup and Ghana coup ni probably wuye. And ni probably ayira up to now ni be on fire in 1966 coup. And ye June 4th. It's that aside, politics and a crowd but there are always going to be these village idiots. Near dear, with your own near crowd, even replace near 30 and work with so far. I don't know to be beyond June 4. It's in Grand Crow whom we are now, or make I own and be a June 4. It's work with 2 million. I replace him. I see me no aro mudia ka yan kwase bi atik omudia atik okotutu tik no san no asan bi atik Nyansa bia any. I mean, if you had other more trees, you could have planted them elsewhere. It is 30 trees now. We put it to you. Replacing on necessary replacing by another 30 trees. You could have planted your 30 trees and we would have gotten 60 trees. So now we are so petty. Say, Obia could do near June 4th. It's could too near. That was the o'clock for now.
Okay, name. You do know what your campus way, right? So na omo kututu India, no what to agree. Na nankasa so bodu enu India, what is so the same day no June 14th and I'm about.
Meaning the same day
no. Yeah. And see, and it's for said you member my parties, and it's for an Wokudu India June 14th. June 14th didn't wait to tell you. But on MPP, or do you need June 14th year, honors or your papa, right? Damn, so you don't wait to any phone dinner would be and wait to try to and see on a June 14th would do it on or NDC into your papa. But on the same day, no do June 14th on Mozo or NPP, honors or your papa. Now,
the same day. That one I can tell.
Yes, Abba, you come, no chin, the American. One in particular in the way we Ghana and Confessor was a K June 14. Or the same MP you fear and work at June 14. June 14, I pass no see my June 14 bay. In yet I'm in Quasade Yana, one of them June 14 bay. If you get a scar, no one watching Uncle corruption. What an as the day, me a day in the BBI Bassa, no damage June 14 baby. Into many people said the more ye and a June for Bassan so you. Maybe you're in June for maybe by August 4th. Kwame said you, yeah, and maybe why Ghana.
Kwame. And they say, NDC for analysis, people for back. Now could the 24 February be a Megaso 1966? We would be an Avocado and Nabia. Could it turn you couldn't to the answer?
No, why not Kay? You come up. That you couldn't when Kunko for be so. And one day, Nana,
that aside, no. Why nature would you have been Chiacate and Patubia with the Antambe?
Maybe the other Bacassa. Rich was papa, or dear June photo.
24 February, if you are 24 February, Casso, it's the same school, Mabusi and Ibi Mutino. The Alakai, and I said June 4th, and I said, Ghana, a Brube 30. A better
road na end is for wire. No, so I can't go for them. I can't there, road the wire or a June 4th road in see. Another end is in the way you're gunning in hand. Or a June 4th into the way into near or your papa. Oh, yes, look at him. MPP NDC as look at him. Nyanson, Kwame, no Macano. Nyansa,
Nyaka Crabia, one manager, the policies are burning.
Eh?
With you, dear, and yet. This is a really
Make Kumasi market your way see. If it's all or two for no see. What you know, I'm and Tassi. What you want, Munanum, and Faber Leroy. So now I don't know and put in the MP.
a widow of your original.
And I change here, Santa.
What's it?
Then you're a kiki. Kwame. I'm a papa Nasa, no, I'm an order talk for that second.
Oh, yeah.
I don't say you resign or don't resign totally.
I found out who said piano cry.
Chian, Mamma second.
Not a bit you can say, you dear Nia. And you are ended for the dear to
Kwame for a topic. Remember the case of our topic for Bana.
Nana Nyanto was it.
Oh, Mr. Kesseria, I will Kesseria. You try the name for topic from my name again. Uncle.
Me Remy, mede and Chakessia Koma, Uti regional minister. So, why are the pa say, Sabu, who in new region? Then funny say, MPP abans on a and in this case, no, I did be a man funny say MPP for a year or more be this region, no. Say NDC ne basis so on beka say because MPP for na etis a region nti no ye moamo a eno so mo beka say because sastika na aban koje so odi du anua no ese wodi kan yakun 30 enti se mene aban ana say youth na wo ho na ye fa no court we nanka lawyer asase ya memfa the crazy no wo brekum ukowia enkontomre mako 7 or do 7 years enti saban aboka ebia nua na so wo hunyansa akotwa mako 30 a so kum 30 years na yemfa politics no nya dem entonchen because at the end of the day no say me am wo abontin me mikotudua na they say wo minister obi aye na ade na ade be me some smaka menye MPP ni CPP ni and NDC ni ese me mikotu eto twene say me so me asem na kai no date no e bia enye June 4th na udi e bia June 5th me so e bia ye me krada enti mempe sai no so na me so mikotu to twene a eno no so be ka say and I say I kai me ye obi a that date na kai me ye o nti me so me hu say bia na say me to twene Yansa no sebio yenton na yenjai politics ne say sebi ye party member a mistake na ye de no ho ache no ana say yenka because ye party no be lose seat no we typical example say mo boka e de aye national project there mo use no as a scapegoat because MPP na ye na ochina NDC ne besi so ana CPP ne besi so no kase oso kwa na oho ahi wo mantamu no mututu a kro no ye beda akoyeni enti we ni say no nke youth na so mo frɛ no mu gwa na chipa say minim de say enewias na aba no onam ho a utimi bisa say ana wudi we kra hwa na bia we bia tambe oyi nipa ye bisa say ni date of birth ye dabe say ye bia me June 4th and then I said you ya no wama omonya abonofo kase okay say do cross on kan OT region there omo wo achiri kaka
This is an iPhone 11 Pro.
Na kwame papa na de so omo yi ni free ho you to no ko omo nye demonstration you know we no omo ntwen government we no so omo ye omo mpe no ase omo nyansa ba kokra ni mitri nyansa ba kokra wa ko school say eji say abantimi etua mako 30 na wa ko say 30 na just square 1 na ye da so yenko yenim ana wudi adua no so ko wan dua papa bia o say eye take intima say ko dua take na bi na na e cross so na mu say
professor just no only problem with you so problem is the one who planted it
na wudi adua so it say o bo remix enyum remix ana say my remix room say like dua the for friend na the same enuana omudua no June 4th no enu bi na o sign replace you know what say you could replace the same one then what is the sense in it enyum no wakasa ma bo remix
we obi a June 4th ni na tu kan oba na odua this you on the say June 4th bi ana The cost 90, right?
That's a baby. As I'm watching it too. I'm watching it too long for 30 years. So I said 30. Uncle 30.
I saw them 60 grand. I said, another 30 now, do and it's getting to be an over.
And I said, me promote violence. No, dear, is the same. Yamma you to me back, we go to back. Now I ain't ready to obey. Actually, no, obey, no. Say, hey, papa, not ye, dear, the same action now, because the young son, I don't know, yeah. Amen. And I was in Bessie. Udi Apo, one way over cancer, man. Any papa.
Hey, Mummy, move on. Let's say, and crying so I can't turn Rama.
Ubia John Sama as an issue.
My room at home behind me. Obey my motor way. The meeting. Where they be topic with the different.
Where your rain sanitizer?
Minister, I was saying.
Traffic 6 a.m. on Friday.
Come on, show.
So we need everybody.
Open this stretch to traffic 6 a.m. on Friday. Inshallah, we will do everything possible. So we plead with everybody, those who do not know what is happening here, should keep quiet. Those who do not know what is happening here should keep quiet, okay? Because my ministry engineers, we are working day and night, okay, under difficult circumstances, because we have a national responsibility and a national duty to perform, okay? So people should solidarize with us, and those who don't know what is happening and who don't understand should better keep quiet. In crisis like this, because it's immaterial, we have to bring comfort to our people, okay? The motoring public, is going through a lot of difficulties. Some people spend 2-3 hours depending upon the period of accessing this corridor. So as much as that is important, we are ready to provide whatever is necessary.
Where there will be a minister.
Only near Koso, so you should keep quiet.
And I was keep quiet. Inshallah, Friday then will be quiet.
Also, better I
was say I'm not dreaming. I saw me Friday. I mean, why are they? Because motorway need there. Yeah.
Opachi motorway so I know so
Kwame
ekro down nine na auto plaster at the tare so a eno no yem pene say why are they? I don't know you how many years how many years ni and o yewe ye mia no another day mia na ochina. Okay, at the end of the day uwe motorway na Kumasi Accra Road there be a kum nipa
the most dangerous road in Ghana,
West Africa. West Africa.
Happening. You mean any Papa for president with Zibia.
David.
Come your account. Also close the president.
Okay.
Yes. Come down with the basic Ghana free and back.
Nchini said you want me a more kind and a president now beating me. And you were the Dempa here for said you are probably now to create a cadet. We not the John to me and Ann.
Shut up.
Kwame, I care. Kwame Pacho, a video now, will sit down war. Baby no kitchen of one now, watch a chunk of an hour, I would have a video now.
Okay.
Kwame Meshadamoko, at the way say we at the welcome way. Until they know obey the woods down roadside did it or one him fan. Oh, Ghana for your camouflage. Aware, Kwame. The maybe why I'm from my home because Nyansa maybe you been me in some channel said you. It's in that have a cast and the emperor a catcher paying be Anna Obi. Nursing a casa do the yen shut up. A catch a shell yana yard to a bamo. Yen is the end touch to show called the yen shut up.
There will also be a question.
No, Jenny more according to the Yakasa. In yet, Kennedy no a Japan a yen from also why road commercial to Accra road was about to Facebook here. Wabe Krono or road or Columbia. Instead, I shut up and was to social media there. Commercial to Accra road and why and double on our way. One training now was to form a commercial to Accra. A often a Akufado wasn't no review about Mesnam and Shards and on our way. Come here, I suppose in Bazi. A question paying up in as no impose in Bazi. Uncle Fusu or Canado. Road air patchy. A giant a full road, a boon. I'm upon a road, no. A giant and a full one. Men patchy and Yanabusu Yanafofon. I'm my first time I'm moving to your road were butch. I'm your mission. No, me for me the road and why you was in Diakasi, what is the chance as Nasi, and Sana was the year good answer was the concrete, answer was the chipping sounds was the good answer why it's smooth. Well, Gania assassin, Papa, or why able to me I rode the Papa just for once, Commercial to Accra, just for once. They are double. As no one won't be a far back there. Young boy, you mum sign. Young boy, you want 1,000 road. I'm a man beside the Messiah because I hear because it's your. I'm not Papa now, where Papa do. Put more in finance time and us. You will catch you, Casa.
Now come day. Yes, 2023.
You will catch you, as well, but for a dinner and Casa phone.
All right. Okay. I tell you, Cathedral.
Yeah, Cathedral, I'm a piano. I have concert, you know,
National Cathedral going unabated. You see, I remember and say, I must spend over 200 million Ghana cedis. I don't know in Yantra foundation level. And right. My member in and right, Minister for Finance, Cathedral, and one better no any problem. What the Munya about Cheney Cathedral, there will be a couple can be a movie of Edge Cathedral and better honka. Oh, the cathedral will pay for itself. You know, Mamusuno, Musuka, to the Muti.
Everybody loves.
Also, better.
It is important for us to put resources into it. Now the question is how we do that, and I outlined, the strategy that trustees have come up with regards to mass mobilization, private sector, diaspora interventions, and the churches to participate.
That's what I meant, was that you were trying to let us know that it shouldn't deter us from pursuing.
Absolutely
Yes.
not. And as Finance Minister, Ministry of Finance, I'm looking at our resource envelope, we would then be able to how much we put in at any point in time, and that is sensible. And so year to date, as I mentioned, we spend maybe 1/1000th of our expenditure on that, and that's what I mean. But I'm very confident about the ability to raise resources within the Christian community, within the general population, and outside to be able to fund this. And then more importantly, if I were also to look at really the economics of it, I truly see an overwhelming capacity to be able to pay this off, in short order with 600 million Christians on the continent, with the African diaspora population, and with what I see in other places such as Saudi and Israel, etc. I'm confident that we will also be. Typically, I'll look at an internal rate of return when I'm doing that, and I think this one, Doc, I'll look at an eternal rate of return. So that's that.
That should be put in mind. But I think we should be very particular about minimizing the importance of our spirituality to our nation.
Now is it?
Yeah.
Minister say about come to him now. Cathedral in there, Bonnie Bianu. You see we are. And we're betting on hooker. Tourist attraction near the amount of people could be so the bar. I send a make a foot in see Kaba. Come phone in alcohol, doing Ido Fito, Ido Adano. That's not what we bring Ghana Cathedral. About the 70. And to be a secret work with me now, best. Now you cry, couldn't cry, he has spiritual. Bonini. It's now the say what matter you.
Ape. Kwame. Kanofurata, I or a cassa. If it's a Kanofurata question now, on you are no. Can MB send a question them when you are not that? Or the cocoa 111 ya. It's no I share about that. One. Nansa on a cacra. A bison as my or the 111 the ma. Kwame. I'm not making a member. Me na with 12. Na matina wa me say nyame boam menyi sika ma fa girlfriend ma tokala ma won ba na come zone no yen na ta come zone na nyame aya drum mezi loto o mari bia ndezi loto dada ka jiska ya ba dada ka ji se escape all about ozibesia fufor no ozibefio na be se fufor ozibefio mpo ka na wa ta ka won wa ta ma mpo na nkasa no wa ta cha girlfriend be se fufor no yen robert sika no ka je wa spend ni nya be se fufor no do no wa ta ka so da chana ka ho no yen abatine fio kwa be no be papa.
I think it depends on the baby son. We new girl now because of your papa. We son and man the because of the papa.
Very good. And see that makeno for that na Akufo-Addo na MPP fee. What's why your papa? because car was the car no. One was the car was our as a papa. By the end of command, the end of no miscana, but the color has one. Yam me. Then, but what me says from how I miss a campaign by entire one. I can't get a quan MPP win war, MPP when you have from poor one. Yes, a campaign armor when you end this free chamber where one. Oh, immediate as in Yansa, Nas Papa as a prayer, Abazi, Catudi as the other. Said you scar was sent what Catudano. Kwame want to blog Mudumana. Kwame Sikala was sent what Catudano. Want to blog. Eh, no, never to me, I said bear billions so nothing out to blog my webo to Mrs. Sikaya one Kaswaka Figana coffee senior was Ruki. That miske Butu wa ye Akratu, Kumasi Road, Anamabwa. Into a banana as a Kessicat, a boutique cathedral and Payam for Yakonai. A boutique Yakonai.
A boutique cathedral doesn't have a Garden of Eden. It's a very Garden of Eden restaurant. Tukwa sycamore tree, maybe Yatibiama. Fig tree, Yatibiama. Oh.
I mean, why high fever? I mean, changing a lady high fever, do you act ill?
Michelle and mobile.
If you are high fever, or Casaba heights.
In the context, I'll use soon to say a bad part.
I'm a Ghana, yes. In a Ghana, you to Sunian Berry. Now, true by Union Berry.
Umaiti Okuja to say, so boy, Mr. Meboa, or say, even pastors now, they're my board of trustees, or master to create John Bishop. Be brief,
the then candidate Akufo-Addo or President Akufo-Addo now, it should remain a private pledge and that as a nation, as our leader, if he finds it necessary for us to undertake such a project as a nation, we should not.
So,
or you would want them to go through the proper procedure for that to happen.
The argument must be understood. If you are keeping something private, you are putting up or erecting private structure. Keep it private. You see a very confused government. So you say you have private board of trustees, and yet the Ghanaian people are paying for the executive director.
But many Ghanaians have less contribute. There's a code out there that people are contributing to.
Please, let me answer your question. And so, government is not able to be clear whether this is private or it is public, even though it has set it up as private. And you see, when you set something up as private, it's away from public scrutiny. Parliament cannot summon them, cannot go through their books, Auditor General, virtually, remove all of that. And yet, we are paying key officials there. And now, we are seeing an egregious violation of Article 178, where public funds, huge amount of public funds, are being doled out, siphoned. And what my checks indicated is not even all the funds, that go through this entity. I am surprised that there is quite, an uneasy calm at the board of trustees.
Is there?
There is.
And I can confirm to you that one eminent priest has walked away.
From the board. Which priest is this?
The revered Reverend Mensa Otabil. It's no longer the whole year, he's not at the dead. He's walked away. It's not clear what his reasons are and all of that, but he's giving education. And that is why I am shocked that even as a basic, if you go on the website of the National Cathedral, they still have Reverend Mensa Otabil as an executive general overseer of the International Central Gospel Church as a member.
The fact that he's not attended meetings of the year, maybe he has not officially communicated that he's no longer a member of the board.
I'm confirming to you that he's walked away. And I will not be surprised if in the coming days you see more of that.
All right. Now then.
Yeah, brother.
Yes, now kind of. I'm good evening.
Me person make up a pay your story, baby. The finance minister. Maybe a show so not long ago a bar on Timber confirm say as a Ghanaian dear, it's possible for you to have a side check or whatsoever, right?
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he came out and he confirmed. I didn't send the video, but I read. Yeah, he confirmed it. And I ain't say beyond so no prayer sankotna baby because spirituality is what will help us. To me, he said nothing different from what Paul said. So the two of them now, I don't know which meaning baby. I'm a person you do almost share.
So this high fever.
What's our cocrawe? What's yeah, okay, so if you're a married man, you should just go out there and mess around with some girls and give them some money, and because it's a norm, it's accepted. Says you're no cause of spirituality. And now you know, or Paul or say very emphatically that salvation is what we need. Is it because of the Intina? Forces such international cathedral will be built for because of that. The essence will be washed that way because something doesn't call right here. That this big man was able to say he was so open. Usha video Usha how he was so like very comfortable with this. As if say it's not a big deal. Come on, people, let over it, something like that. Then he's still sitting there talking about spirituality, and it's okay. You people don't worry. We will benefit just like that, as if it's not a big deal, okay? Now, Nidimina and how she said everything, Michelle Dina, all I say is he's only telling a story. You know, he's not so serious about whatever it is that is going on. It's okay.
He feels so detached from the topic.
Exactly, and then
I didn't see your baby or someone.
And then there is no seriousness in it, and by the end of the day, they just throw it out there, and people just take it, accept it for what it is. And if we are seeing leaders like this, now this is what they sit down on the TV and preach. We can't be too hard on the young, the youth. Said that is why they are also not serious, because this is what we get. If you are youth, tell me what you should take seriously in Ghana now. A dempa. Because our whole finance minister, who is not even a young guy or a grown-up old man, and I answer there, all we are told is you are supposed to be respectful to your adults, meaning there is respect when you grow up. Like you have to respect the gray hair, right? And if we have to respect your gray hair, and this is what you say, yeah. If I'm a young man now, and I'm married and I can mess around, the finance minister said it's okay anyway. And then by the end of the day, these same people are preaching about spirituality, and that is why we need cathedral. And they are preaching about salvation, and that is why we need cathedral. So where do we stand? Who are we? There is a lot to be done, and these things got nothing to do with our attitude and our mindset. Today there was a video. There's a zebra cross 3 kids
Oh, yeah.
in front of the street and nobody give a hook about whether they are children or whatever. Said then yet one year Sanko Jina baby say, oh Moses it's not gonna work, people. That word Sister Subai, it's killing me. It's wrong. We shouldn't even say it. Something must give. Something as is Ghana made to me. Ghana Tiwe as I say every day bia or ya by juma. As so be a kutaba which mean show. Like something serious must happen. Near show near show ya so that is the only way out. But Kagame is being praised not because or a superhero or anything, no. Or Chichirin Cock found very firm. Yep. I have a very close friend who was so much bitter about Paul, and then she just wished she said, "Oh, she didn't even say all those that she said about that Paul Kagame." So you see, change your mentality or change your mindset. Me feel say it's just the easy way out. Say, oh, and things, everything is a mess in our country, and the leaders are not helping matters.
So, Katija, why do you think they think they're necessary?
But they are preaching spirituality and salvation.
For me personally, I don't think it has anything to do with
they are putting it on people's side to believe, sir. And that is why if we build it now, she said the same blackmailing now, the blackmailing you said, a miracle, receive it, amen. That's the same thing they are doing. It's the same routine. It's different. They may be using different language, different ways to approach it, but it's the same thing they are doing.
When you're sure,
and of course,
we not too old man for say Bema or buy a 1 year song.
Oh, please! What are you being saying? We have a president who we saw naked, top, left out, sleeping whatsoever on the video, and we still went out ahead and attacked the woman. That, hey, you are the woman, and that's why it's your fault. Now I said that, please, just to cover people's mind, to brush it off. So for Ghanaians will hear this side of it, and that's okay. This cathedral will not be built tomorrow or today. This money is wasted.
So you think they are not even going to build it at all?
I don't think it will be because Yagusuka Cathedral, any Husika or margin for so far away. The foundation is not even on yet.
And 200 million Ghana cedis is
exactly money pouring in now with designing and all those things. Yeah, almost imagine where you can't see what is going on. But somebody got closer. He said nothing is happening.
Obi fly drone last week. Obi fly drone out past it. There's nothing there. Yeah.
So you see, the person wasn't lying then.
Iron Rods winner, but
that's another way to steal.
I thought what he did is because he has promised so much and yet delivered nothing. They actually did a research and found out the Ghanaians are very, very spiritual and they are into and a Christian.
That is true.
Christian
but we've been spiritual and nothing came out of it. The spirituality and stuff like that did us more harm than good.
Yeah, that's my theory, but I think that you might have proven me wrong in that. But my theory was that because you've done nothing, if intentionally chosen this project, how many Ghanaians are sensitive to. So if they can spend over 1 trillion Ghana cedis.
For us to say this is the cathedral. But the question here is this.
You think that, oh, we are forgiven for everything else they didn't do.
No, Brakwame, you listen. Even if that is their motive, let's think about how this cathedral will help the ordinary Ghanaian. Because cathedral where you're mobesi, you and I can afford to get in, and even if it's a sightseeing or whatever, you and I can afford it. Can you believe our Rollins Bristol National Theatre with Bebrenas got a lot of Ghanaians still enko mukrada keke o Bebrenan grem with that,
myself included.
Oh, really? Come on now. so Inti Kachemi said, how many people would it benefit? Minyashio said, I don't believe it will be complete. I don't believe nothing good will come out of it. It's just another way of course, money going. I don't think they will. If they complete it, fine. But personally, though, I don't think it will.
I think 200 million gone. I think you say budget here 200 and 300 million. 200 gone and nothing is happening.
Yeah, the building is not even there for us to hear who beginning cranny and who said it's going into what come on, it's a mess anyway.
I mean, I thought it was a psychological plan that they hatched that, you know what, we ain't going to do nothing. But at the end of the day, Ghana for the next year, sorry, mom, they will forget we promised them roads and hospitals and all that. Let's just build this thing for them, and just the rest, wherever the money goes, it's gone.
It doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, they will just focus on the checks, and we can just run free. But look at this church in the community, you know. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
now, the painful thing to say, even his party, some of them are very frustrated about the whole cathedral and the lying part of the cathedral. I mean, if we want to build it, I mean, who can stop us? Let's just tell them that we are going to build it and we're going to use government money. Instead of telling them, say, we're going to build it out by ourselves and then start building it with government money, and now it's a problem. So this is a guy from MPP, I think he's an MP. And this is what he said.
Right. Of course, when I walk past Kaukudi and I see the mosque, beautiful edifice, I don't have any problem in having a cathedral. And as you just read, it is not just a place for worship. There are other things that come from it. It's like a tourist site. And I've listened to the people around the cathedral. I mean, the managers. I mean, they've expelled a lot of, and you're just reading here, there are tourists, we expect that some number of people come in, get us some living. However, what I'm not excited about is the revelations coming out now as to the amount of money that have been pumped into the construction. My worry is that it's like it's being serialized. Today we hear it's 20 million, the next day another 25 million, 35 million will be paid to somebody else. I believe very strongly that my advice to that, and I'm a member of that the finance ministry, as quickly as possible, should come out with a statement to explain to everybody the circumstances surrounding the releases of this money.
The finance ministry.
The finance ministry, because all these payments are coming from the finance ministry.
Right.
You get the point I'm not too excited about the way it's coming into the media. As if today you are there, we're giving 20 million, 25 million, 30 million.
Because I listened to Dr. John Kuma and
my point is that the responsible ministry must as quickly as possible to calm down nerves, this propaganda going on. Of course, I mean, my brother was talking about cathedral. Obviously, he veered into all kinds of things. Please, he veered into all kinds of things to settle this matter. Please, Ministry of Finance, as quickly as possible, bring clarity to this whole process.
Ben, can I ask you
Bring clarity to the process.
All right, before you come, and I'm happy you're as a member of the finance committee.
Yes.
You are there, and you are calling on the finance minister
to bring clarity to
the matter.
All right, that's the frustration of even the member of the same government. The secrecy around a Simnikra, like I say, Sikani, you create a secret. How is it? Hey, how's it? We can't carry you. Consider
you. I know you are the initial rapidly.
Why do you
mean? Kwame, then to the my premise, I'm a Christian. Then to say, before I've been my time before me or abandoned Nimpa. Kwame, a bit better from over. My bit from over.
All right, Matt. Hanson. Well, look at it. Say even like the lack of information as far as how many is being dispersed, and yet the ordinary citizens, even the government itself, people within the government itself are having difficulty having information about how this chapel thing is being funded. And it's a shame. I'll end on the green note. Say Green Ghana agenda. I think it's a good agenda. I think how we went about it last year was totally wrong. But I still stand on the thing to say a tree is better than no tree. But if we are going to spend 12 million Ghana cedis on embarking this project, then we have to make sure that the 12 Ghana million cedis works towards the success of this whole Green Ghana thing. I want it to be more organized. You said a lot about how to go about this thing. Make it a cultural phenomenon. Make it trendy for people to, plant trees and, have gardens at their house. Make it more trendy for people to plant grass and trees in their house instead of say, on the tiles, any concrete. I think if we do that and it becomes part of the culture, next year we might not even spend a penny. All that we are going to spend is that the government is just going to come on TV and say, let the tree planting begin, and that's it. No more spending 12 million Ghana cedis on just planting trees that we can do by ourselves. And it's going to be very organic. And then we are going to plant the right plant. Because the trees that grows around Sunyani is the same tree that I'm going to just plant. And that is going to help the cause. We're going to end up having more trees that are going to grow up than say, you've been organizing and say our special people be the Omoko Army, I could be in here. I think that makes no sense. Now the last word.
Yeah, the video last when I suppose it's saying you could be young clear on French. In a Ghana for yeah, and wait. It's me a bacano and one fat. Why don't you know Alpha? It's a crime, but that's it. They are the young chief in so answer, but that's sister, but that's there for journey for the Parkus. That's it. My last word, I'm Mama actually, Michia, my wife for Ghana.
Nah.
That's it.
I'm on his no. And later.
Michia, my Veronica, Isha.
Nah.
Nah, Kwame Shete.
Nah. Verification.
Mami Bolo.
And I'll be for 2-4 and I'm and I have 4 and I'm until we meet again next week. It's good night.